I think in all the 45 years of hiking and backpacking, this might have been the best hike I've ever done. The hike this week is what I would call the Pipestone Siffleur Dolomite circuit. We'll be heading to Banff National Park and up and over North Molar Pass, then Pipestone Pass, and then Dolomite Pass. Well, it's another beautiful day in the mountains. We're at Mosquito Creek Trailhead, just heading in, and we have a short day today, so about 5 kilometers of hiking, or about 3 miles. So I'm hiking with John, his son Kevin, and Barry this week. It's Wednesday, day 1. We expect to be out here 5 days. Well, we've arrived at Mosquito Creek Campground. That was a short walk, about an hour and 15 minutes in. Time for happy hour. I'll show you around the campsite real quick. Nice and big. There's 3 tables right there. Another table there in the shade that we've claimed. And the creek is not far away. Our tents are way in the back. Way back here, there's a really nice campfire set up here. And as far as I know, there is no campfire ban in Banff National Park at this time. So with that in mind, we may get a campfire going later. And then our tents are set up way in the back. Back there, and then there's actually a little outhouse here almost in the middle of the campsite, which is kind of weird. Well, it was a nice easy day today, 5 kilometers, and just a great start to the hike. Tomorrow, 13 kilometers, so the distances aren't huge, but tomorrow we go up over North Molar Pass, so it'll be a bit of a climb. A little bit of smoke in the air. I think this is from wildfires in British Columbia. We're gonna have some dessert after polishing off that pizza, and then we'll get a little fire going. And then we'll call it a night, and we'll talk to you in the morning. Well, the day we were supposed to start, it was 34 and 50. We got to Naramata and we still got 32. Good morning, it's day 2, it's Thursday, and we're just having breakfast here at camp, and then we'll head out. We'll head up over North Molar Pass into the sun, and maybe have lunch up there, and then down to Fish Lakes for the night. There's a neat waterfall coming down from that snowfield up top there. Oh yeah. According to the map, this whole ridge is No Seam Mountain. Here's our junction with the North Molar Pass Trail and the Molar Pass Trail. We're approaching tree line. The trees are getting smaller and shorter. Nice view looking back to the valley that we came from this morning. Here's what looks like some grizzly bear diggings, looking for rodents, ground squirrels, maybe marmots, or maybe just looking for roots, something tasty to eat. We have some incoming traffic, people coming in from Fish Lakes, and today's Thursday is leading up to the August long weekend, so pretty popular time out here. We're on a bit of a plateau here, so pretty soon we're going to start making the climb up through North Molar Pass. And we are about to go up, up, up. North Molar Pass is the third highest maintained trail in Banff National Park. We are getting closer to the pass. Beautiful day here. The smoke is drifting in from the British Columbia wildfires, and we see that looking to the west. This is looking back at North Molar Pass. We met some hikers that were just about up to the pass. This is my favorite piece of gear. I love it. I could talk to you, I guess, about drinking straight out of the creek, but I had a little stomach issue down in Mexico years ago, and I will never forget that. I was laid up for 3 days, and the beauty of this thing is 2 ounces including the filter. And an Nalgene bottle is probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 ounces. So it doesn't sound like a lot, but of course those ounces add up. It's compressible. The more I drink out of it, the more I can compress it into my pack, and it's just slick, really slick. I love it. So the trail's turning now more toward the northeast, and our first view of the lakes down below, and that is the Pipestone Valley. All these little bumps in the meadow, this is from frost heaving. This is the tent that I'm using this week on our hike. This is the Durston X-Mid one-person solid tent. And at some point I'm going to do a review of this tent. I love it. But I just thought I'd show you a few of the features. So it's obvious that this tent uses hiking poles, so it uses my 2 hiking poles. And the design of the tent is such that the poles are at opposite corners. The sleeping chamber or sleeping area is on a bit of an angle. It's not in line with the poles, but it just accentuates the volume in here. So just little things like the fly, for example, is tied up with this magnet. So pretty slick. I know other tents have it, but there's a vent here on each side, and that's Velcroed. Inside, I'll put the measurements or the specs up on the screen. The reason it's called solid is because my previous version is all mesh here. This is solid, so I guess for inclement weather it might be better. There's 2 doors, 1 on each side. And there's 2 vestibules, and the vestibules are huge. So what I usually do each night, the door that I do not use, I'll put my pack here. And if I need anything through the night, I can access it. And then on the other side is the door that I will use. And there I'll put, this is the dry sack I use for my tent. And I'll put my hiking boots there. I'll put my rain gear there just in case it's raining in the morning when I get up. A lot of good thought went into this. There's a lot of good quality, really good stitching. And the seams are all taped, which is nice. You don't have to worry about sealing them. Just a really, really well designed, well thought out tent. I'm going to take a little walk down to the lake, see what's there. Beautiful day. I think the temperature is 22 or 23 Celsius, so low 70s Fahrenheit. Really nice day today. The smoke isn't too bad from the wildfires. Could be worse. It's interesting to see that little patch of snow up there, but it is a north-facing slope. Well, we're just about to have dinner here at Fish Lakes. This is a nice campsite, beautiful setting. And tomorrow we head north over Pipestone Pass. I'm looking forward to that. The weather here continues to be great, and hopefully tomorrow will be as well. It's all yours, Barry. You need 9,000. Well, we've had dinner and dessert, and there might be another dice game coming tonight. There's no campfires allowed here at Fish Lake, so it could be an early night. Tomorrow, a longer day, 20 kilometers over Pipestone Pass. Good morning, it's day 3 at Fish Lake, and it's about 7:30. Time for breakfast, and then we'll get going up and over Pipestone Pass and then down into the Siffleur River Valley. And it is one calm morning today. I'm guessing that horse party that we just passed on the trail stayed here last night. And there is Moose Lake. We were talking to a couple yesterday on the trail, and they spooked a mountain goat and her kid right on the trail near Moose Lake. And there's a huge meadow on the other side of the trail from Moose Lake. If we're going to see an animal, this might be a good spot to see one. We're on the high level route to Pipestone Pass. You can see trail way up ahead there. And we were talking with a woman last night in camp at Fish Lake, and she's out solo hiking for 5 or 6 days in the area. She was telling us about a lower level route down in the Pipestone Valley there below us. That's a marmot down in the meadow below us. Kevin figures this would make a nice toboggan run in the winter. Lots of powder here. Looks like a nice spot to stop for mid-morning break. Beautiful up here.
I thought I maybe saw something moving up there, but on closer inspection I think it's just a dark rock, because that doesn't look like it's moving.
So we'll say it's a grizzly. Man, if I was a grizzly, this would be one nice valley to call home. Up we go. Pipestone Pass ahead. It just keeps getting better and better. We're basically walking a ridge now, and we're going to walk up that trail above the guys, and then we're going to feed off to the left a little bit and go through Pipestone Pass there. This is an amazing walk right now. So we are walking a wide ridge, and it drops down to the valley on each side of us. This must be the lower trail in the valley, Pipestone Valley. So looks like it goes through that cut and then up through the pass. This is such a neat mountain. So way back there, I thought Pipestone Pass, or at least the trail, was going to go through there, but no, we're going over to the right. So we continue to climb, and then we're going to go through that gap. Just saying goodbye to the Pipestone Valley. We're nearing the pass now and about to go north down into the Siffleur Valley. And this is the Siffleur River Valley that we're looking down into now. So we met a couple at the pass. They were heading south down into the Pipestone. They were saying they've been following some tracks with toes. So they figure somebody wearing toe socks or walking barefoot, which is doubtful. So we're thinking Sasquatch. So that mountain in the distance, it looks like something out of Yosemite, is called Watermelon. This is diggings from a grizzly bear right on the trail. And it looks somewhat fresh. And some poop.
Six and a half, 7 more today.
Yeah.
We got water, yeah.
That's the stuff.
Yeah, I think we're all getting a little dry, so we're going to camel up here. This is a nice, refreshing stop. And then we'll continue on to camp. Well, this old guy's seen a better day. We have arrived. That was a fun walk. Well, I'm not sure really what's going on here. We walked into the camp. There's 5 other people, 3 tents. We had 3 tent sites. I think there's just 4 in the campground. So I think what these people are doing they're random camping, but I think they're random camping in this campsite. Just kind of weird to have 9 people in camp tonight, and it's not much of a campsite. It's pretty small, but we'll make the most of it. It was a long day, but a beautiful day. Going over Pipestone Pass, amazing. Beautiful, beautiful. Great views, both of the Pipestone Valley itself and then the Siffleur River Valley on the way down. And tomorrow we hike further north and then ford Dolomite Creek and then turn and head west. Random camping along the Dolomite Creek. So tonight is in Siffleur campsite. I thought I'd show you the campsite before we have dinner tonight. So these are the 3 tents for the other group. And then I think this is a hiker horse camp because there's hitching posts here for horses. And a nice laundry rack. And then there's this crazy storage shelf up here. And then we are over here. So we just kind of MacGyvered some sites that they're not great, but they will do for the night. Barry's there, John and Kevin are in the distance, and my tent's over here.
Maybe.
Move this away a bit.
Ooh, that's a little chicken.
The first half was great.
Well, the second half was.
I definitely much
through the
preferred the
bush,
first
though.
half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good morning, day 4. It is Saturday, and we had a good night here in camp. Shared the campsite with a group of 5 from Calgary. Had a nice little campfire, courtesy of Barry, the fire starter.
Wouldn't even look for it. Whereas like
Today we're just about to head out. We're going to ford the Siffleur River in a few minutes, probably in about an hour, and then we're going to go down to Dolomite Creek, and then ford the creek, and then head up the Dolomite Valley. This is typical of the trail right now. I never thought to bring my gaiters. The shins are getting kind of beat up, so the pant legs are staying on for a while.
Yep.
Oh.
Just a little peppery, hey?
So we were taking a nice water break on the trail, and John accidentally shot off his bear spray, so we ran into the forest. And we're taking 5 because from personal experience, that ain't good stuff. Not bad. Nice and cool. Refreshing. Well, that crossing wasn't too bad. Of course, it's early August, so water levels are a bit lower than early summer. So we're just going to get dried off here, and then we're going to walk to Isabella Lake. I believe there's a cabin there, so if there is, maybe we can sit on the porch and have lunch. And here is a cabin near the lake, so we're going to stop here for lunch. The trail has become this, so we're just checking the GPS right now to see. We know we have to stay over to the right. A little bit of a water break, and we continue. Pretty neat mountain range up there to the right. So we are camped tonight at a spot called we'll call it the Confluence. This was a spot we learned from the group of 5 last night when we were camped at Siffleur Camp. And this is the Dolomite Creek, and this is a clear creek that's running down into the Dolomite. The Dolomite's pretty muddy, pretty silty. So we are filtering water out of that creek there, and then we're bringing it across to our campsite. So we're working with a platypus bag, 4 liter. We just hang it and it filters into a clean bag. No effort at all. And we also have the bee-free water filters as well for getting water on the go. It's not real deep, but it's fast. This is one beautiful spot. We're going to call it Confluence Camp. So up to the right, that's Observation Peak. And a pretty impressive bunch of snow up there. And then to the right of that, that pyramid shape is Marmot Mountain. Well, I thought it was time for a joke. We're in this beautiful spot. It's the last night on the trail. Did you know that in Las Vegas, there are more Catholic churches than there are casinos? And not surprisingly, on Sundays, some worshipers will give casino chips instead of cash when the offering plate is passed. Since they get the chips from the many different casinos, the churches have devised a method to collect the offerings. The churches send all of their collected chips to a nearby Franciscan monastery for sorting, and then the chips are taken to the casinos of origin and cashed in. This is done by the chipmunks.
Oh man, this is good.
So last year, I saw me the first day because we stayed like that. Well, the summer is like just it's a habit.
Good morning. It's day 5, Sunday morning. Another beautiful morning out here in the mountains. And today we are headed back to the vehicle. We figure about 17 kilometers today, out over Dolomite Pass. So the question of the day, how does a tree grow up there? There is our route up for the next few minutes. Pretty amazing how much rock we're climbing through here right now. What a view. Doesn't get much better than this. I hope you like what you see in the video. If you want to subscribe to the channel, it wouldn't offend me. It's a lot of work, as any YouTube creator would tell you. It's a lot of work to put together videos, and I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe. This has been an awesome 5 days. The weather sure didn't hurt at all. It's been great. This hike is definitely one I would do again. You can see some of the switchbacks leading up here. We crossed the creek down below a few minutes ago, and we've just had a nice rest. Still climbing to the pass. Check out this gorge below us. So there's a glacier up to the left of us there, feeding this river, or creek, or stream, whatever you want to call it. Nice clear water down there. We passed a few cairns on the trail coming up through that rock slide. And I read recently that Banff National Park wants to do away with cairns on trails for hikers, I guess to leave no trace. And yeah, let's make it more inconvenient for hikers and not do any trail maintenance either, or replace bridges that have been washed away. It looks like we're going to sweep around on the left side here, and then sooner or later we're going to climb to the pass, Dolomite Pass. Well, we're crossing through Dolomite Pass now, leaving the Dolomite Valley and heading down towards the Icefields Parkway, Highway 93. I'm always fascinated by these huge rocks that always seem to be at the bottom of a rock slide. Either that or deposited from a receding glacier a few years ago. This is Catherine Lake below us. And we are going to take a break and go have lunch and sit over there. Lunch is done. This is kind of like a mini Stonehenge. And we're just about to head out, and we're we're going to do the final push, and that is right up there. Here we go, final climb of the hike. Looking back, huffing and puffing. This is Helen Lake below us, and we are going to continue on this trail, and then we're going to switch back down below us, down to the lake. And you can see some day hikers down there.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be very fun.
We're back to civilization with all the people down below, all the day hikers. Very popular day hiking area here into Cirque Peak, which is up there. And if you want to head up there sometime, go up the ridge. Here's a nice little water spot that we're going to stop at for a couple minutes. We're descending down to the Icefields Parkway in the vehicle. That's Bow Lake in the distance. This is the Bow Valley, and the campfire smoke has returned. Here's the remnants of a little forest fire. Not sure how many years ago. This looks like an avalanche would have ripped through here years ago, and the vegetation that's resulted. Judging from the height of those trees, it's been a few years because they grow so slow. Well, we're nearing the end of the hike, less than a kilometer from the parking lot. This trail's obviously used a lot. A lot of day hikers that we passed on our way down. It's a Sunday afternoon in August long weekend. Lots of people out enjoying the great outdoors. Well, I think in all the 45 years of hiking and backpacking, this might have been the best hike I've ever done. The views are amazing. I don't know how many times we stopped just today to admire the views, and you got great views every day. The weather was great, so that always helps. I want to thank John with an H, and Kevin and Barry for hiking with me, and I want to thank you for hiking along with us. Hope you enjoyed it. Take two. Pants are staying on for a while, that's for sure. And not surprisingly, some worshippers on Sunday will present. There are more casinos than there are.
Gonna lose the sunlight.